Hello YouTube stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. It's been a while since I've done a video. I am still in a major project with work. It is so major I had to lease a suite of offices to deal with it. So I am only at home long enough to eat, sleep, and get ready for the next day. So I decided to bring the camera to work and take a break and make a video. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time. The title to this video is not clickbait. I am no longer buying silver and will not be for the foreseeable future. I won't talk about why. Before I do that, I want to tell a quick story. When this channel started really getting somewhat large, it'd be larger if I actually worked it, a dealer approached me and wanted me to be their spokesperson. And this company is very reputable. I'm not going to say anything negative about the company. The conversations were going well until they asked a question. What would you do if silver suddenly spiked way up? What would you tell your viewers? And I will say, I will tell them I'm not buying and I'm not endorsing buying. That kind of ended the conversation. I am not saying anything against that dealer. However, they can't pay a spokesperson that will come on and say, don't buy what they're selling when the situation calls for it. So I kept my independence. I'm not going to sell out. Don't get me wrong. I could be a hoe. I'm just not going to be a cheap hoe. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their price, but it wasn't enough. And I do not blame them. If I was in their position, I would not pay someone to come on and say, don't sell their product. Or don't buy their product. This is one of those times. Now let's go back through some history. And if you watch this channel for any length of time, you have saw the history. If you're fairly new to the channel, I'm going to give you some dates to go back and look at videos. One good thing about YouTube is I never remove a video. So if I say something, it is time-stamped with the date when I put up the video. Everybody looks like a genius after the fact if their opinion was not documented prior to the event happening. Okay, back on June 3rd, 2017, I premiered my silver valuation video. This was a model I constructed what silver should sell for with the prevailing economic conditions at the time. I had a range. For 30 months, this model was hyper accurate. Not bragging, but JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, anybody else didn't release any guidance that was more accurate than my model. I didn't actually put up the model because the model dealt with some underlying economic conditions, and if the conditions changed, I didn't want someone to blindly use that model in the future like it was a end-all be-all. But it was hyper accurate. The silver price was still within the range of my model, almost center of the range, back on May 12th, 2020. At that point, silver was trading for $15.45. I published a video and said, my model, which has been great for the past 30 months, is no longer valid due to massive changes within our economic system. I said, I'm throwing the model in the trash. It's no longer valid. Since that point, and I printed out a graph to show this, if you can see, was the point I made the video. And I went through some theoretical explanations why silver price should increase dramatically and rapidly. Since I did the video, look what happened. Now, is that a modeled price increase? No, it's all theoretical. Okay, can I objectively measure what's going on in the economy and say that should happen? No, it was all theoretical, which is scary when we start moving to theoretical from objective measurements. Why did we have to move to theoretical conclusions? Basically, the majority of the damage sustained within the economy was to small businesses. Small businesses do not have the reporting requirements that larger publicly traded companies have. So we haven't even began to measure the level of damages sustained by small businesses, and will not have any objective measurements probably for 18 months. It's just the nature of the beast with that market sector. The entities that collect the data are notoriously inaccurate because a lot of times small businesses are inaccurate on what they report. This ripple effect will translate all through the economy. It's going to happen, folks. Now, one thing I did say back in the May video that did not come to pass that I thought would was a downward correction in the equities market. That hasn't happened yet. There is nothing to support the current valuation within the equities market. Now, I'm talking about the macro valuation, not individual stocks, but everything lumped in that together, the aggregate. There is absolutely no reason it should be trading at the level it's trading at, and it will correct. I thought it would by July, but unfortunately there's a lot of emotions within equities markets, and sometimes they don't react as soon as you think they would. But trust me, the equities markets is going to correct severely downward. Why did I stop buying silver? I'm going to tell you why. One thing I hate to do, and it's very risky to do, is chase the high. When as drug users would say, or former drug users would talk about chasing the high, always wanting, they got a good high, they always try to match their first highs, chasing the high. Same thing works in investing. Okay, we have an asset that's took off and went up dramatically. But dramatic rises can lead to dramatic falls. Trying to chase a rising asset exposes the investor to the potential the asset will do a 180 on them and they're stuck at a higher price. I've seen comments from people on this channel that happened to around 2010, 11, 12, 13, and they got hanging out in the wind with high price silver and have held on to it sometimes at this point for 10 years, and the market still has to go way up so they can recover if they want to sell it. I'm not into that. I'm not into the exposure. Now, if you watch this channel for any length of time, we've been and playing along, we've been accumulating silver when it was 14, 15, 16 bucks an ounce. So I don't have to buy into silver at this rate and expose myself. I have the silver that I bought 14, 15 bucks, 16 bucks an ounce. I'm not going to get greedy and try to add to my position. I'm happy with my position. If you've been watching this channel and you've been doing the same thing, I bet you're happy with your position. Going in at this level, is it possible to make money? Is it theoretically possible? Silver is going to continue its dramatic rise? Absolutely, it's possible. Can I say it's going to happen? No, there's no objective measurements coming into this thing now. So why do we want to pay a premium and incur the risk of this thing adjusting back downward? It's not good investing practices. This is where we have to set aside our emotions. We went mathematically, we accumulated our stat, it's good, we're happy with our position, we're happy with our basis in the position. Don't get greedy, don't go chasing this price because it could turn back south. Now, a lot of people may make money at this particular point. That's not me, and I'm not big on buying in at a premium. So that's what I'm doing personally. That doesn't mean you guys should follow along, although I will say anybody that's been following this channel and following the advice, I don't think anybody can say they lost a penny. Some of you guys can say you made some money. I also went and did some silver ETFs back in May, so I will be selling those. My physical silver was never bought to sell, so it's there if an emergency happens. I'm happy with it, but the ETFs, I'm gonna hold on to them a while longer and let's see what happens there. I know it's paper silver. I know it doesn't represent, it's probably not backed by real silver. As long as the next guy gonna pay me money for it, I could give a crap less. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know how you're dealing with this rise, your opinions on what's going on. There's no objective definites here. So I want to hear from you, whether you agree with my philosophy or disagree. Let me know what you think and why you think it. Please give me a thumbs up, even if you disagree. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And remember, stay stacked and packed, because by the looks of things, we need it right now.